No matter the size of the decision, they all have a cost.
So even though you're not thinking about it, it's using your energy whether you know it or not.
Inaction is still action. Not making a choice is making a choice.
You've got to decide and cook the dinner, and then it sends you over the edge, tips you over the edge.
That is their choice and their decision, and you are not responsible for somebody else's choices. You're listening to the Apology Void podcast.
Welcome back.
Welcome
back. I had to wave like this because I was like, are you concentrating?
Hey, hello.
I was just in the zone of talking, and then I'm like, we're starting now.
How do I get myself to focus on this moment? How do we come into this place rather than talking about our 11 lines and, I don't know,
Sleep bonnets.
Sleep bonnets. If you haven't tried sleep bonnets, they're game changers.
Get on it. I just have in the last week. I'm a bit late to the party.
It's okay. You're not that late. I think my mom just bought her first one, so.
Oh, okay. I'm doing all right then.
You're doing okay. You're solid.
Well,
anywho,
today we're talking about decision fatigue and maybe how to combat decision fatigue, because all day, every day in life, we're making decisions, so many micro decisions. And it can get very, very taxing, as we have been experiencing in the last couple of weeks. So we thought perfect for today. Let's crack on.
I heard you talking kind of about your life as we were gearing up for this episode. And I was like, man, do I relate with this. This just sounds like overloaded brain. There are too many things and too many people asking questions about specific things that you have to make all of the choices on. And then you're being pulled in a million directions, because even if it's like a house project, then there's still life projects happening. And then you're a business owner and I'm a business owner. And then there's all the normal everyday family stuff. And everyone's coming from every different direction, asking you all of the questions and requiring you to either do something or make a choice. And it's a lot. So Sal, if we can come up with some solutions today together, I would personally appreciate it.
Ditto. I would also personally appreciate that, because in true fashion, I didn't even intend to talk about this. I actually had something else in my mind today. Then when we just started talking, it was like, oh, no, it's decision fatigue today. It's absolutely what we're talking about. So let's start with, before we come up with maybe some solutions, because I feel like that's going to come to us. I'm feeling the inner wisdom today.
I've already had a couple just pop into my brain that have been really beautiful. So, but before that.
Pause them if you can remember, because I would absolutely forget. We know that.
My 11 lines are like a pause button. So I don't know why, but I just went pause.
We've also been talking about 11 lines. So I guess starting with talking about decision fatigue and those decisions that we make every single day and how taxing it can be on our mind. So there are big things we have to choose every day, right? So I don't know, give me an example of something big that you've had to decide in the last week or month or something. What's a big thing or a generic big thing?
I was thinking even just where to live, buying a house.
Yeah.
If you're gonna end up moving in with somebody like I did when I moved states, buying a business. I don't know. Those are big things that I've done in the past, I guess, 3 to 14 months.
I guess we focus on big decisions, right? The point that I'm trying to make here is that we put a lot of energy into those big things, which is valid because we need to do so. But on the side, so this is me right now. So right now, I mean, there are big decisions going on, but it's all the little decisions making every single day. And that can come down to what I'm going to wear today. When do I need to wash my hair? Which car am I driving if you have multiple cars? Do I need to get petrol? All those little things, right? Add up. And then what happens is something has to give, right? Yeah. So you end up sacrificing some decisions or pushing things to the side because you won't have the capacity to decide on that.
Yeah.
And that's something that we have from the conversation today that we've both been experiencing. And my example was, so we are doing some small renovations into the place that we're moving. And even just to build one cabinet, like one little cabinet, it's like so many decisions. The cabinet maker's saying to me, okay, what size do you want the drawers? Do you want them even? Where do you want the seam line? How, like, what width material? Like, what about the inners? How big are the cupboards? And I'm like, bro, can you just make it? Like, I know what I want it to look like. Can you just build it? Like, but that was like 20 decisions in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild. All of the micro, mini little decisions. I'm like, well, then what about the pulls on the drawers or on the doors? Are they single knob? Are they full handles? Are they black? Are they white? Are they gold? Are they silver? Are they chrome? There's so many little things that go into these decisions that are so small, but also so big at the same time. Like, they feel really monumental because, especially if it's going to be in your space, it's something you'll look at every day. So you don't want to, I guess, my brain goes to, you don't want to, quote, mess it up or make the wrong choice just by making a choice because you have to. So I feel like that stress too, when you're making all of those decisions, like, what if I make the wrong choice, and you're constantly making them, that stress adds to the fatigue and the weight that you feel throughout your day as you make every single gosh dang choice. You know, even what coffee do I have? Is it iced? Is it hot? I don't know. I don't care anymore.
And it gets to that point, and that's what I mean in terms of something gives, because you go, I just don't care about that. Where it's something maybe I'm saying the word should, we know that word, like you could care about more than something else so minor, because every decision that you know is coming up. I guess I'm using my example because it's my experience at the moment with the renovation, and I guess that's not really a small one. I'd say a small one is like, what am I going to wear today? Like, what jumper am I going to wear? Like, that's a really micro decision. I guess what door handles I have is probably a bit more important because, like, I have to live with that. But what happens is, so that's the levels, I guess, is my brain's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, guys. And I feel like I cannot get the words out quick enough. It's just like, it feels like this in my brain, even though I can't hear it. So it's like, I feel like there's, what am I going to wear? It's like, what doorknobs am I going to have? And then, like, say a massive business decision. So, because we've both got those as well. And what's been happening for me is the micro ones I'm not too bad at now. I'm like, chuck on something, just quickly pull my hair back, chuck on some makeup, done. And then I'm spending a lot of time in this medium bracket of decision. And then, like, my business decisions are suffering. And that's what I was just saying to you before. I'm like, oh, shit, I have to do something with that because that's what's giving. And that's perhaps not what I think should be giving.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Absolute sense. For me, it's not even like the decision that, or the choice that gives, it's my energy, because every decision is like a microtransaction, and every single step that you take is like withdrawing from your energy bank. I talked about this with a family member of mine who was sick recently, how every step they took withdrew from their like financial bank, but think of it as energy, and everything had a cost. And they were going more and more and more and more in the red with everything they did rather than saving in order to recover. So when I'm thinking about decisions, I'm thinking about it like as energy transactions, because I have very little energy to give. And I want to make sure that at the end of the day, I'm still able to have the energy to do the other things I have committed to, or that I have previously made the choice to commit to, like spending time with my partner or making dinner or taking care of myself. All of that takes energy. So at the end of the day, if I have made 10,000 micro choices, then my self-care goes out the window because I am too physically exhausted to make the choice to invest in my own care. So I think about it that way, as like it just depletes and depletes and depletes my reserve of decision-making ability and energy throughout the day. And then I have nothing left to give anyone else, including myself. So that's kind of the like mentality that I have around it. No matter the size of the decision, they all have a cost. So you don't have
100%.
enough. You don't have enough to give to the bigger costing things.
No, it's absolutely true. And I think that in a way, I guess that does display one, I guess, differences in who we are as people. So,
Yeah.
you know, we've discussed your illnesses and chronic illnesses on this podcast previously, and that does play a big role in your energy, right? So you really do have, like, say, if we've both got these energy buckets, right? So yours starts off less than, say, mine does, just because of physiological reasons, you know? So you can't help that. And that's a really important distinction to make. So your brain, because I fall into the trap of going, I can just do everything all at once and it's all going to be great. And then I'm like, and I think, oh shit, some things are not great. Like they're suffering over here. But I just think that I have all the energy to give all the decisions all the time.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I know that my energy is only this much. I've got to prioritize.
Yeah.
That's our first solution, guys. There we go. It's right there, prioritizing.
Like actually at the beginning of the day, doing an inventory of yourself, like a self inventory and a self check-in. Like, how am I today? Do I have more brain power, body power, or what do I feel, so that I know what I can actually commit to throughout my day? Because we all have that. We all have the nights where we don't sleep well, and the next morning we literally don't have the brain power to make all of the decisions. So I feel like doing that inventory and that check and actually getting very real with yourself, which takes practice. My gosh, does that take practice? And it's not easy. Like today, as an example, I had multiple things on my calendar and I wanted to do all of the things. I woke up, I was like, I feel great. I can do the things. I can do everything that I want, which is not true. And I have had to like reality check myself hard on that, because when I try to do that, then I wake up feeling miserable the next day. I've basically taken from the next day so that I could do today. Anyway, my example is I knew that I had a limited amount of social energy. Because I've just spent the last week traveling, and I also had specific things I knew I couldn't do. So I used my brain energy in the morning to make all my brainy decisions. Once I was out of that, I reassessed and went, you know what? I was supposed to go do this thing, and I know my friend will understand if I don't. And so I texted her and I said, I literally just know that I cannot do this today without further depleting myself. And they totally understood. They were like, I get it. I understand 100%. So that's strategy number 2. Surround yourself with awesome people who get it and assess yourself. So that then I was able to spend the rest of my day, one, showing up here, which I really desperately wanted to do. Like my Sal time is some of my favorite time. It truly is. My Sally time's my favorite time. But also, I knew I had other things that needed to get accomplished and on a specific time. So I prioritized and checked in and said, here's what has to happen. So there's my long ramble with a little example for you.
But you make a really good point, because I think that's another, I guess, leads into another strategy, is that understanding yourself, number one, understanding when you have the different types of energy. So if you wake up and your mind is sharp and you can make decisions very well in the morning, use that time to make some big mind decisions, like that take a lot of brain power. Use that time to sit down, maybe jot things out that are on the mind that you need to get out, that kind of thing. So use your brain well. Whereas if you wake up and you're like, oh, I've got to clean the house, you're like, and you're using all of your physical energy to clean the house when your mind's at your sharpest, then you get nothing, or not nothing else, but you get very little done in the afternoon because your mind's already depleted. Because even though when we have decisions to make, even when we're not making them, and probably more so when we're not making them, they don't go away. Like they just play over and over and over until it's ticked off. It still takes up a lot of brain space. So even though you're not thinking about it, it's using your energy whether you know it or not. And that's really important. And that was one of the things that I was thinking about earlier, is that quick decisions are better. And I'm saying that knowing I do sit on things and go, oh, is that right? Is that right? Is that right? Some things I don't. I just go, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Because quick decisions, remove them from your brain, it's done. You can move on to the next thing. It's not just going over and over. And you're using so much energy on the same thing day in, day out.
Yeah.
So there was 2 in there, I realize, is understand and assessing yourself, like you said. When are you the most productive in what area of your life? And 2, quick decisions, like making it quick. And I was reading, you could probably know about this, that CEO who had bought the uniform, like they didn't have a uniform at their workplace or whatever, but they bought the 5 sets of the same outfit because it removed making that decision every day. You just wear the same thing every day.
Yes.
It's done, like finished.
It saves
that's
the
really
energy.
Important. Yeah. Because we don't think that takes energy, but it really does.
I changed twice before I got on this call today. So that took energy. The choice whether or not to have coffee. I just made myself a cup of decaf. I made the choice. I love the phrase, inaction is still action. Not making a choice is making a choice. When you choose to not do something, you are literally you are taking an action, you are taking a stance. And by not doing the thing or by perpetuating it, you are honestly making the choice to stay in that. So it's something that I've shared with a lot of like my team members and interns who are learning professional skills, especially like you, by not doing something, are choosing to do something, because every action and every inaction has a reaction, and you are going to respond in some way. So whether you make the choice now or in 3 days, you are making a choice to not make that choice by perpetuating the issue. So anyway.
No, that's good. And that feeds into the quick decisions, because if you want to make the decision, you just would. And I'm saying that to myself mainly. Just make the decision, because if you wanted to, you just would.
Right. And a lot of times you are adding to your anxiety by not making a choice or by mulling something over. And usually your gut instinct is correct, typically. But if it's not, there are so few decisions that you can't undo. Like, there are so few things that you can't, like, change. Some of them, you know, I'm trying to think of, like a piercing. You can't remove the hole, but you can still take the ring out.
They might heal.
So even that. Even tattoos you can undo at this point. Like, y'all.
Yeah, no, most things, trust your gut, because it's probably right.
Yeah.
I know you said if it's wrong, but from our experience, and I know from mine, most of the time, your gut instinct is correct. And often the first thing that you think of, it's like when you go to buy something. Like if you're looking for something in particular, a dress is coming to mind, right? You're looking for a dress for an event or something. You go out, you find one, you pick it up, you try it on, you like it. I'm just going to look around. You're going to go back to the first one. So just don't bother. Just buy it. Because you know, like your gut knows that it's right.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
And if it is something like a dress, and you're on the fence, walk away. And if in 5 minutes you're still thinking about it, you know it's right.
Go
Go
back.
do something else. That is my favorite thing, actually, is the go do something else, because that gives you your answer so often. Like if you're sitting doing a hard task, you run into a wall, you have a decision you can't make, go for a walk, go out in your yard, go to the gym, go do something physical, move your body, get out of that headspace. And all of a sudden, usually, you know the answer.
Mm.
Walks have solved so many problems for me. I mean, they're good for my health and my like overall physical health, also good for my mental, emotional health. But a lot of my important decisions I've made on walks because it clears my head, clears the space, and allows my brain to actually just intuitively work. So,
Yeah. And I've been thinking about this recently because sometimes if I'm driving or walking, like I'm just pondering over things and things do come to me and I think, oh, remember that later, and then it's adding to it. Maybe take like a little recorder, like record yourself on your phone. Yeah. And be like, yep, so I've decided about this while I've been on my walk, done. And then or just type it if you, I'm not very quick at typing, but if you just type it in your notes or something, because again, if you're going for a walk to clear your mind and then you're just thinking, oh, I'll do that when I get home, again, the inaction, you're just perpetuating it down the road. Guilty, guys, guilty.
oh, we both are.
I'm not, here saying that I do that because I don't. I'm just thinking about it. So
We
I
talk
will.
about the things that we need. My voice memos and my notes app are so full. That and screenshots and pictures. I have tens of thousands of pictures. I have thousands of notes. I have hundreds of voice memos because I use that tool all day, every day. I have to follow the ADHD where it allows me at the moment. And so sometimes we just use our tools, and I have learned to not fight my brain on so many things and to use the energy as I have it. This morning, actually, and on a regular basis, I get messages from my mom, who is one of my business partners, because she'll get an email from me on a weekend today or at like 10 p.m. or 6 a.m., depending on the day. And she'll be like, "What are you doing? Today's like a day off." And I'm like, "No, that's when my brain decided to work. So we're using the things. We're using the energy I have been granted by the energy fairy today."
If it's something like an email, you also can send it at 10 p.m.
Schedule it. Schedule it. Use the schedule button.
Yeah, or it doesn't really matter if you send it because people who work regular hours aren't going to check it.
No.
So don't worry. Like I've been guilty of that as well. I'm like, oh, I better not do that right now because it's 10 p.m. on a Saturday. Who
Right.
cares? I'm the only one psycho enough to be you and I, at our computer at 10 p.m. going, oh, yeah, I've made that, blah, blah, blah. Right? Whatever you're saying. They're not checking their emails at 10 p.m. Promise. Well, they might.
And if they are, that's on them. That is their choice and their decision, and you are not responsible for somebody else's choices.
All right, can we just go back to the energy? Because before we started recording, we were talking about you deciding after you've had a very big week what to have for dinner. And I feel like this is a really good one because this is everybody in the world, okay? So speaking about depleted energy, things like this, you can tell the story happen when you have no energy and be making too many decisions.
I can't. So at the end of the day, when I have been in like boss mode all day, the worst question for somebody to ask me is, what do you want for dinner? What I want for dinner is to not make a decision. Well, what do you have a feeling for? Absolutely nothing. The thing I have a feeling for is whatever you choose right now. I legit 100% do not care so long as I do not have to make a decision. Well, do you want sushi? Sure. Do you want Tex-Mex? Sure. Do you want do you want soup? Sure. I do not care. Make a decision so that I don't have to.
I'm absolutely cacking myself over here because it's so true. And everybody has experienced this. And this is the depletion of energy. After you've got decision fatigue, somebody asks a simple question about what do you want for dinner, or you know, we're a bit spoiled in that regard because you have to actually cook the dinner. So you've got to decide and cook the dinner, and then it sends you over the edge, tips you over the edge, and you're done.
Or the what do you want to do question. I don't care. Where do you want to go? I don't care. I have literally been in boss bitch mode all day, making decision after decision after decision after decision. People come at me with 9 million questions that I don't have the answers to, but I just have to make them up. So you make this one up. So
thank you and goodbye. Every person in the world experiences this, right? When it comes to food, I swear.
Correct.
100%. And look, a lot of people meal plan for this reason. Excuse me. They meal plan for this reason because the decision's pre-made for them and they just make it on the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm spoiled because I don't make my own dinner and I don't choose what we're having for dinner. Nick does say to me sometimes, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, I don't know what I want for dinner. I'm the same as you. I don't know. I don't care. And he's like, okay, well, I feel like this. I'm like, I don't want that. I also do that because I know what I don't want. I just don't know what I want. So also, that's just me being difficult. But
it's not.
Maybe that's just a little micro decision. Maybe pre-decide what you're having for dinner.
Oh, well, that and like I feel like at the end of the day, sometimes when you're depleted and overstimulated, you know exactly what you don't want, but you have no idea what you do want. And so one of the things that's been really helpful actually is DoorDash and online grocery orders, because you can see in pictures and words what you've ordered before and see what feels right. So I have used that a couple of times recently where it gets to the end of the day and I'm like, I just can't anymore. And I will go into DoorDash and it's be like, oh, do you want to order this again? Yes. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Or with grocery orders, like when I can't go into another store or be around more people, I will order my groceries and it'll be like, here's what you ordered before. Do you want to reorder these things? Yes. Same things. Thank you. I don't have to make the choices.
I love bought before online.
Brilliant.
Best.
Oh,
it's so good.
Use
That's
your
also
tools.
another top tip. Use your tools, yeah, because top tip, like online grocery shopping, like the click and collect. We have click and collect. You probably have that too, like click and collect or delivery, whatever you want to use.
Yeah.
It takes away so many decisions. Like you can just press click, 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 buy. Sometimes I do it when I'm laying in bed. Like I've got no energy left. Like I don't want to use 9 o'clock in the morning when I'm firing on all cylinders to go to the grocery store.
No.
Like, no. I'm laying in bed. It's midnight. I'm absolutely spent and I can just sit there on my bed before and be like, yeah, need that this week, need that this week. And then just go and pick it up or get them to deliver it. We have some pretty good delivery stuff here. So
Add
you
to
do
cart.
too. Add to cart. Done.
Add to
Top
cart.
tip. Use your
That's
tools.
another thing. Like if you're shopping online somewhere, add it to your cart, bookmark the page, and come back. If you're still thinking about it the next day, 2 days later, come back. Use your tools. Use your tools. The other thing I have thought about is a menu. And I don't mean like a restaurant menu or like a food menu, a meal plan. I mean a written out menu for some of the decisions you make more regularly. Like, how do I want to spend my night? And have a written menu of, do I want to play a board game? Do I want to sit and do nothing?
I love that.
Do I want, and list out your hobbies so that you can actually just see them out loud, and then pick one.
I love that.
Thank you.
That's really good. And then you can like share it with your, like if you
Yeah.
live with someone like a partner or a friend or whatever, you guys can like share each other's.
Yes.
And then if you have matching ones, you could like do specific. That's really good. I love that.
I might give my partner a menu of choices on a regular basis.
So summary of top tips. I think we came up with a few. I just hope you're going to give
I'm
a
really
menu.
proud of us.
Guys, we were like this morning and the chats, it was like we were braining, but not. I'm saying the opposite of braining. It was a
Struggling.
thing.
It's
Struggling. Struggling is fine. So we've got a few top tips there. We've got like use your tools, prioritizing your work, like when you're the most effective in mind, body, etc. What else did we come up with? I've forgotten already.
Check in with yourself throughout the
Check
day and
in.
in the morning. Use your voice memos or notes app. Take
Mhm.
notes. Don't
Quick
be afraid to send the
decisions.
email. Quick decisions. Use a menu. I think we came up with a lot. So basically, if you're wondering what the rest of it is, either follow us on Instagram or go listen to this episode again and leave a comment with what your favorite one is or what we missed.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Have a great week.
Yeah, have a great week. See you in a fortnight.
See you in a fortnight. Bye.
Bye.